Why avoidants hate the one they love. Love is supposed to feel safe, warm, and comforting. But when you're with an avoidant, something strange happens. Just when things are going well, when they're laughing with you, holding your hand, or even telling you they care, they suddenly pull back, go cold, or even treat you with anger. It feels confusing because you're giving them love, yet they react as though your love is the very thing that threatens them. The truth is, avoidants don't hate you. They hate the feelings you awaken in them, feelings they've spent their whole lives trying to escape. And that's why, paradoxically, avoidants often hate the very person they love the most. To understand this, we need to go back to the roots of avoidant attachment. Most avoidants were raised in environments where love was inconsistent or overwhelming. Maybe their parents were emotionally unavailable, or maybe love always came with strings attached. As children, they learned that needing closeness was dangerous, because closeness often led to disappointment, rejection, or even abandonment. So they built walls around themselves and told their hearts a simple lie: I don't need anyone. Fast forward to adulthood, and now they meet someone who loves them, someone who awakens that buried part of them that longs for intimacy. Instead of feeling grateful, they feel terrified. That terror often shows up as anger, distance, or even resentment toward the very person giving them what they secretly crave. The first reason avoidants hate the one they love is because love exposes their vulnerability. Avoidants spend years convincing themselves that they are self-sufficient, independent, and unaffected by emotional needs. But when they meet someone who makes them feel deeply, that illusion crumbles. Suddenly they care about whether you call back. Suddenly your approval matters. Suddenly your absence hurts. And for someone who has built their entire identity on not needing anyone, that dependency feels humiliating. They don't actually hate you. They hate the mirror you hold up to their own hidden dependency. The second reason is fear of engulfment. Avoidants equate closeness with losing themselves. So when love comes into their life, they don't just see romance, they see danger. Every hug feels like a trap. Every promise feels like a chain. And every "I love you" feels like the beginning of a prison sentence. This isn't because they don't enjoy closeness, they do. But their nervous system is wired to equate intimacy with suffocation. So when you get close, they panic. And when they panic, they turn that fear outward into resentment. Resentment toward the person they love, who now feels like a threat to their freedom. The third reason is unresolved wounds. For avoidance, love isn't just about the present. It awakens all the ghosts of the past. Every time you show them affection, it reminds them of what they didn't get as children. Every time you are consistent, it highlights the inconsistency of their caregivers. And every time you offer love without conditions, it stirs up the pain of all the times love was conditional. That emotional flood is too much to handle, so instead of facing it, they push it away. And often the easiest way to push it away is to turn you into the problem, to hate you, rather than face the fact that you've touched a wound they've been avoiding for decades. The fourth reason is loss of control. Avoidants value control above all else because it keeps them safe. When they love you, they lose that control. They can't control the fact that they miss you when you're gone. They can't control the fact that your opinion matters to them. They can't control the fact that they feel joy in your presence and despair in your absence. And for an avoidant, that loss of control feels like weakness. Instead of leaning into it, they often lash out at the person who made them feel that way. You. In their mind, you've stolen their armor, and even though it's love, it feels like a threat. The fifth reason is fear of abandonment. Here's the paradox. Avoidants often pull away because they're terrified you'll leave. They think, if I don't get too close, I won't get hurt. But when they do let themselves love you, they are confronted with the possibility of loss. The deeper their love grows, the more they stand to lose. So instead of enjoying the love, they sabotage it. They tell themselves, if I find flaws in you, if I create distance, if I convince myself you're suffocating me, then maybe it won't hurt so bad when you eventually leave. This isn't hatred of you, it's preemptive self-protection. Another reason avoidants hate the one they love is because love demands growth. Love challenges their defenses, forces them to confront their fears, and pushes them to open up emotionally. And growth is painful. When you love an avoidant, you disrupt the fragile equilibrium they've created. You challenge the story they've told themselves for years, that they're better off alone, that they don't need anyone, that closeness always destroys peace. Your presence disproves their story, and instead of gratitude, they often feel anger. It's not you they hate, it's the pressure of evolution that your love demands. Now here's the irony. The avoidant doesn't actually stop loving you. In fact, the deeper their feelings, the stronger their defenses. That's why sometimes the more they love you, the harsher they act. It's not rejection, it's protection. But from your perspective, it feels like punishment. You give them love, and they repay it with distance. You offer closeness, and they respond with withdrawal. The cycle repeats until you start questioning yourself, wondering if you're the problem. But the truth is, their pushback is not about your worth, it's about their fear. So what does this mean for you if you're in love with an avoidant? The first step is to stop personalizing their reactions. When they pull back, it's not because you're unworthy, it's because love touches the most fragile parts of their psyche. The second step is to maintain your own boundaries. Don't lose yourself trying to prove you're safe. Show them through consistency and independence that love doesn't mean losing freedom. And finally, remember this. Avoidants don't hate the one they love. They hate the feeling of being powerless in love. If you can respect their need for space while still standing firm in your own value, you give them the chance to rewrite their story. In the end, avoidants don't hate love. They fear it. They fear what it reveals about them. They fear how much it matters, and they fear the pain of losing it. But here's the paradox. Those fears are proof that the love is real. And if they're willing to face those fears instead of running from them, that hate eventually transforms into the very thing they've always longed for: deep, lasting connection. At the end of the day, avoidants don't truly hate the person they love. They hate the way love makes them feel out of control, vulnerable, and exposed. But if you understand this, you stop taking their reactions personally, and you start to see their distance for what it really is: fear, not rejection. And that knowledge is power. If this video helped you see your relationship more clearly, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the psychology of love and attachment. And remember, love isn't about chasing or proving yourself. It's about standing firm in your worth, creating safety, and letting someone come closer when they're ready. I'll leave you with a powerful reminder from Rumi, who once said, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." For avoidance, love is that wound. And for you, it might just be the light. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.